This is DC Danton Crow Crusader. This is the afternoon feeding on Saturday. Yeah, unfortunately we have the gardener man across the street there from Hayfully. Yeah, he's not really a friend of mine, but yeah. Anyway, we'll see what happens here today. But the hawks did come down. There were a couple of suspicious things that went on at Hayfully there, the engineering company here this morning. But we won't go into that. Anyway, let's just continue with our feeding here. Hopefully we'll have a better Sunday. Like I say, it may rain. We'll see. And yeah, I've been giving a lot of thought to this idea of running a campaign, promoting it through different animal organizations and rescue operations across the world, to gain subscribers so that I could reach a point where there's ads that are generating income, and take that income to to pay for samples to go to the lab, to sort of support the problems with the bird, with the poisonings here, and also to raise money to give to other organizations that rescue birds and wildlife that need help, and there's so many across the world. And that would be great to do, because even you can generate some money with ads. I'm just wondering if we could launch a campaign to get this story here out in the open, because without that, none of these people will ever be held responsible for what they've done the last 2 years and what they're still doing. And based on what the research from Max Planck, the article, I think that this is a really good time. Get that article out and try to promote this idea of subscribe and save. Save to subscribe. Okay, subscribe to save. I think that's what I'll call it. And that means dash wild birds and wildlife. So I just thought it was a good idea, because I'm in the sunset years of my life. I don't need a lot. Okay. Oh, that's our Charlie. That's our Charlie. Charlie, hey, good boy. Hi, baby. Hi, my little baby. Here, honey. Here, honey. Look, I have croissant for you today. I have some fresh sausage for you. Good boy, Charlie. Good boy. Yeah, good boy. It's okay, honey. Here we go. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, honey. Won't get in your way, honey. I won't get in your way. Okay, good boy. Good boy, Charlie, huh? Is that my good boy? Is that my good boy? It's my good boy. It's my good boy, Charlie. I won't come too close. That's a good boy, yeah. Is this sausage? Is this sausage? Good boy, yeah. Well, I backed up a little bit, and Charlie seemed to be better with that. He's just too nervous. So, we'll throw a little bit out here. I don't know what those people were up to. Almost looked like they were going to walk on the field. Well, anyway, it's just an idea that I have. Some way of raising money to be able to, to get this whole project off the ground. So, because it's not just about feeding the birds. I mean, eventually I will be moving this feeding station and scaling it way down, and then going to the park. that's not really it. I mean, I've been able to survive and do this on a shoestring anyway, but it means more to me than that. It means trying to make the people here understand and trying to bring attention to what's going on here. I think that's really important because it can be an example. You know, Kreuzlingen, if you get the right people on board, if you have the right media attention in a positive direction, not negative. We've had nothing but negative attention here by the wrong people, because we had the newspapers against us, we had the district attorney who didn't rule in our favor, although that was just collusion there with the police. But I'm just thinking, it gets a little harder when the whole story is out there and you have some support, and support outside of Kreuzlingen. So, and that means having people subscribe around the world and sort of supporting your effort. It's just an idea, because otherwise I don't know how to get those kinds of funds together. And asking people to subscribe, you know, means not, they don't have to donate any money. It's hard for people to donate money, and this could be a way of supporting and raising money just by subscribing. So, I don't know. I don't know too much about YouTube, but I know enough to know that certain other channels that I subscribe to started out very small, and then they had a certain video that went viral, and then all of a sudden, you know, they have income coming in, and I don't know what they're doing with that, but I'd like to get a team of people together, you know, that could decide, you know, where to give help to certain rescue operations and so forth, and having their input. That would be really great. So yeah, that would be my legacy someday when I'm not here, and I think that would be great. So yeah, it was just an idea. It was just an idea of how to get people involved where it doesn't cost them any money, because everyone across this planet, I mean, it's very few of us that don't have to worry about money and making ends meet. And so many people have lost their jobs and so forth during this pandemic. So I'm trying to think of a way that people can feel good about doing something that doesn't cost them any money, but at the same time, they're supporting a really good effort. So any feedback from any of you guys out there listening would be appreciated. It's just an idea. It's an idea of how to raise money without soliciting money from people. So yeah, and that's only because that's the way YouTube is set up. If you have a certain number of subscribers, then they can put ads, and ads generate income. And so yeah, for a worthwhile project. Not just this, but all these other places that do need money. So yeah, I don't know, just an idea. I have to explore it. I have to explore it more thoroughly. So because I have no idea. I used the Raccoon Whisperer. The Raccoon Whisperer was feeding raccoons based on his wife died of cancer, and then before she died, she said, please continue to feed the raccoons, and so he did. And I think that went on for about 10 years, and he'd make little videos once in a while. And then during the pandemic, one of his videos went viral as a picture of him sitting there feeding 30 raccoons. Well, after that, it was in a short amount of time that he had over 500,000 subscribers, which is six-figure income. So, and all of a sudden you see him driving with new cars and, you know, all this new furniture and new that. But I'm not into that. Obviously, I'm not into that. I want to be able to do something with that money. So that's the whole idea. I'm an activist. He's not an activist. So he's just a Canadian Mountie who has a very unusual background. He was famous in Canada for seeing a UFO. He wrote a song for his dead wife. He's a musician and he feeds these, he's elderly, and feeds these raccoons, and wow, it just took off. And I'm thinking, well, you know, he does help his family members and this and that. He's generous in other ways, but I would like to do that, but I'd like to spend it, any income generated, spend it on these projects, certainly on this project here, and any other projects like the Raptor Trust, and there must be many organizations like that are doing good works on behalf of the wild birds and wildlife in general. So just an idea. It's just an idea. I guess I don't know what to do. Oh, here comes the hawk. Wow, look how close I am. That is just amazing. I'm going to back up and feed the sparrows here. I think I'm a little bit too close. And